A, B, C, D, E, F, G, H, I want A plus English because it's so much fun. English education for you and everyone, so come along. Learn some grammar, learn a phrase, learn something new every day. Learn the A plus way. Hey, it's time to start the show. Are you ready? Good, 'cause here we go. A, B, C, D, E, F, G, H, I want A plus English.
Hello, everyone. Welcome to A Plus English. I'm Mike.
And I'm Laura.
And we are back today with the second look at Da Nang, one of the most beautiful cities in Vietnam. It's located right in the middle of the country. And I think it's safe to say that they have some beaches near there.
Ooh.
At least one that's 30 kilometers long.
We gotta go.
You could spend the whole day walking along the beach. You like to walk along the beach? Walk along that beach. I'll see you tomorrow. And we also learned about some of the French history. We met the Rooster Cathedral, or Rooster Church.
It's pink.
It's pink. And of course, we mentioned a little bit of the wonderful food that you can enjoy if you go there. And remember, it's only a few hours away by plane from here in Taiwan. So let's talk about a little question here to get ourselves thinking. Which do you like more, an ancient town or a modern one? Because Da Nang's kind of both, but I guess now it's, of course, more modern.
Right.
But would you like to live in an ancient town, or are you happy in a modern one?
If I have to choose, that is, I would prefer ancient towns because I've always wanted to go to Egypt and see the pyramids.
Okay.
Ancient places are full of history and amazing old buildings. But you know what? I also think a modern town would be super cool with all the new technology and skyscrapers. Both have their own charm and interesting things to see.
Yeah, I agree.
But I'm going to go for the ancient.
You're going to go for the ancient town. Would you like to live there or just visit there?
No, just to visit.
Yeah, I think it'd be hard to find an ATM in an ancient town or a 7-Eleven. But yes, definitely learn some history. Walking around in an ancient town, it's almost like time traveling, right? You can walk on the same roads that people walked on thousands of years ago. Really get a feel for the place. But yes, if I had to choose where to live, the modern town would definitely be more convenient. But the history is wonderful. And as you mentioned, charm. There's a lot of charm to these old places, whether they're ancient or just really old. Let's get to our article and we'll see what's going on with Vietnam today.
I'm hungry.
Discovering Da Nang, the Hawaii of the East. Warm-up question. Which do you like more, an ancient town or a modern one? Why?
From Da Nang, you can go to Hoi An Ancient Town. It's about an hour's drive. Hoi An was a busy trade port from the 16th to the 19th centuries. Many people from China, Japan, and Europe did business there. They brought not only goods, but also their cultures. So, Hoi An has many old buildings with different styles. Walking through the town is just like going back in time.
All right, so we were talking about ancient towns, and that kind of leads into today's topic, where we're going to be leaving Da Nang just a little bit, and we're going to visit a city that is full of history. It says, from Da Nang, you can go to Hoi An Ancient Town. The name of the town is Hoi An, but it's an ancient town. But a lot of people might call it Hoi An Ancient Town. It's about an hour's drive, so you might have to drive for an hour. I'm sure you could find a local friendly taxi driver, or maybe even a bus to take you along there, or possibly the train. I don't know. And so that basically tells us that it's not too far. You could probably make this a day trip, right? So you stay in Da Nang and one day get up early, go out to Hoi An, spend the whole day, and you can still be back at your hotel in Da Nang.
For sure. I mean, an hour's drive isn't too long, and it's definitely worth it. Hoi An Ancient Town 就是惠安古镇 is a beautiful place to visit. Actually, in Taiwan, when we talk about ancient towns, I kind of think of 九份 and Tainan, right?
Yes, Tainan.
Are there
for
any
sure.
ancient towns in Canada you can think of?
Well, the oldest city in Canada is Quebec City, and it definitely has an old feel to it.
Nice.
I think it's around 400 years old, and my hometown, Montreal, nearby is around 350, getting up to 400 years old. So you can definitely see old buildings. We have an area called Old Montreal, and people go there and they're like, oh, it's just like France. So yeah, you definitely have the feeling. Now back to our article. Hoi An was a busy trade port from the 16th to the 19th centuries. Okay, well, that gives us some good information. If it's a trade port, that means it's on the coast, it's on the water, and I believe most of the big trains in Vietnam, they run up the coast, so you can probably catch a train there quite easily as well. And just like Da Nang, just like the capital is not a port, but just like Da Nang, where we mentioned, it's a port city. That means it was a stopping place for boats and ships for a very long time, from the 16th to the 19th centuries, so around the 1500s to around the 1800s, when, of course, the French arrived.
OK， 所以惠安古镇是一座保存良好的古老贸易城市。It's a well-preserved old trading city. 它融合了许多的文化啦，还有建筑风格。And UNESCO listed it as a World Heritage Site in 1999. 就是 UNESCO 在1999年将它列为世界遗产哦。
And it was busy. And when we say busy, that's what we mean. Many people from China, Japan, and Europe did business there, and probably many other places as well. So it was a really important spot. A lot of boats would be coming there, bringing things, buying things, selling things, doing business, or doing trade, which would be another word for that kind of international business.
Yeah, we mentioned trade. Basically, that's just to do business, or you could also say sell things, make deals, buy and sell.
Exactly. They brought not only goods, but also their cultures. Yeah, absolutely. These port cities like Hoi An, like, of course, Osaka in Japan, like San Francisco, like London or Liverpool, very international places. People from all over the world would go there. Sailors would get off boats and they would want to eat, friendly food. So you might find a Chinese restaurant in London, or a French restaurant in Hoi An or something like that. So their culture, their language, their food, all of that also came along with them, making these very interesting cities.
Okay, so goods 通常我们是当作复数形用，就是商品。And we also saw the phrase not only but also 就是不止怎么样，还有怎么样。For example, Jenny is not only a great singer but also a talented dancer.
Wow. That's great for her. So, back to the article. So, Hoi An has many old buildings with different styles. That's kind of neat. So you can walk around. Of course, the buildings are old because the city has this long history. The different styles, that would be different styles of architecture or the design of the building. Ooh, like a French style building, a Japanese style building, a Chinese temple, things like that. All in the same place. Walking through the town is just like going back in time while also kind of traveling around the world.
Yeah.
Pretty cool.
I love that idea.
I'm going.
Yeah. Go back in time. I love this phrase too. 回到过去. For example, in movies, people often go back in time to fix their mistakes.
That's true, they do.
大家有没有觉得电影当中我们常常会要回到过去修正自己的错误？像我个人就超爱看这种穿越剧的概念或者他们可以 time travel， 可能到过去未来我都超爱的。
Vietnam has a lot of delicious food. For example, Vietnamese noodles and Vietnamese-style baguettes are famous. After you're done with your meal, try Vietnamese coffee. It has a rich taste and goes well with condensed milk.
Okay, everyone, relax. I know you might have come here expecting some food, and we haven't really talked about it yet, but don't worry. We won't finish the article without getting to that topic. Vietnam has a lot of delicious food, as if you didn't know that already.
Finally, we're talking about food. Yeah, 除了好吃 delicious 这个字，你还可以用以下的字来表达。 真的很好吃 Yummy, tasty, mouth-watering, heavenly. Oh, I just love Vietnamese food.
It is really,
it's so
really
good.
It is. For example, Vietnamese noodles and Vietnamese-style baguettes are famous. That would be, of course, the famous pho. There's sort of beef noodle soup. And the banh mi, those baguettes, which is that long French loaf of bread. And it's got some vegetables in there. It's got some pork or chicken, all sorts of delicious stuff.
OK， 当我们用一个形容词后面接 style， 就是什么什么风格的，什么式的，这是一个形容词，像是课文提到的 Vietnamese style 就是越南风格的，所以像是越南河粉就是 Vietnamese style or noodles or Vietnamese noodles， 它是有清淡的汤头，通常有搭配牛肉啊、鸡肉片。And pho is often served with beef or chicken slices and special toppings. Yeah, it's one of Vietnam's famous dishes. And you also mentioned Vietnamese style baguette, 就是越南式的长棍面包。它其实跟传统法国面包比较短小。It's actually shorter than traditional French bread and is often filled with different ingredients, like what you said, and seasoned with chili sauce.
That's right.
I'm getting hungry here.
Can have a little bit of heat to it. Yes, very, very delicious. And very filling too, right? You have one baguette or one banh mi for lunch and you are doing well. After you're done with your meal, try Vietnamese coffee. Yeah, they have their own special coffee there as well. Kind of French, but also very local to the Vietnamese taste.
I love that. Okay, be done with just means finish or end or complete or even wrap up. So basically after you finish your meal, try Vietnamese coffee. 我想要喝这个越南咖啡，我很好奇。
Definitely. It has a rich taste and goes well with condensed milk. Absolutely. It's quite a small cup of coffee, right? You don't usually get a big one. It can be very, very sweet, but it can also be very, very satisfying. And sometimes you can have it cold, you can have it hot.
Nice.
But don't worry, if you have one Vietnamese coffee for breakfast, you'll probably have lots of energy for walking around because it can be quite strong.
我觉得 Mike 真的很懂吃跟喝哦。粤式咖啡 Vietnamese coffee。听说它的风味是强烈又苦涩。I heard that it has a strong and bitter flavor.
It does.
That's why they have the condensed milk to balance it.
Most people put that condensed milk in because they don't like quite how strong and bitter it can be. Yeah.
Condensed milk 是什么？就是炼乳，所以它用来平衡这样子哦。All right, that's it for today. Okay, but now it's my solo teaching.
Oh, great. I'll go get a banh mi. See ya.
Okay, can you get me one?
No.
Coffee?
Okay.
我们来学一下今天课文提到的单字哦，像是有 trade 这个名词就是贸易、交易。For example, trade between countries helps create new jobs. 国家之间的贸易有助于创造新的工作机会。Or the two companies signed a trade contract. They will work together for 1 year. 这两间公司签署了一份贸易合约，将展开为期1年的合作哦。我们还看到了 century 这个名词就是世纪。The 21st century is full of amazing technology. 21世纪充满了惊人的科技。Or you could also say, my grandfather moved to the US in the early 20th century in 1918. 我的祖父在20世纪的早期，这就是1918年移居美国。我们还看到了 business 这个名词当作买卖或是货品或是服务。那常常我们会用 do business 这个片语来表示做生意。那我们 do business 动词三态注意是 do, did, done, okay? For example, many people do business online these days. 现在很多人在线上是会做生意哦。那单字例句提到的是The coffee shop's business grew because many people like their drinks. 这家咖啡厅的生意变好，因为许多人喜欢他们的饮品。再来我们就看到 delicious， 大家应该不陌生，这个形容词就是美味的好吃。This chocolate cake is so delicious, it must be magic. 这个巧克力蛋糕太美味了，肯定有魔法，就是太厉害的意思哦。Or at lunch, Anita ate a delicious hamburger and some French fries. 午餐时 Anita 吃了一个美味的汉堡和一些薯条。再 再来我们要学到这个片语就是 be done with， 也就是结束什么什么。像是呢，你可能有人要找你，然后你可能在工作，你就可以说 I'll call you when I'm done with my work。我完成工作之后会再打给你哦。或者你还可以说 Are we done with homework? Let's go eat ice cream. 我们作业写完了吗？快去吃冰淇淋吧！我现在真的好饿哦。Let's now go to our review time.
Review time.
Hello, everyone. We are back with our review time game. So we're going to have just a short one, not a lot of time left, but let's review all the words so that you remember. Trade, century, business, and delicious. Are you ready to play a quick little game of fill in the blanks?
Oh no, that's hard.
Oh, well,
not ready.
It's not going to be too hard, I promise. I'll make it easy for you.
Okay.
For over a blank, Coca-Cola has been in the soda blank.
For over a century, Coca-Cola has been a soda business?
In the soda business. That's right. I think 1880 something.
Sentence.
And some people would say Coca-Cola is very blank.
Delicious.
Yes, very well done. Since you did so well, you know what? I got you a banh mi.
Aww.
I was joking. It's waiting over there.
I thought you ate it all.
No, of course
Thank
not.
You.
I only ate half of it. All right, guys. Thanks for joining us. But I got you a Vietnamese coffee, too. It's okay.
Love you.
Thanks for joining us, guys. We'll see you back here soon.
大家喜欢今天的内容吗？记得按赞、订阅、开启小铃铛，你就不会错过任何精彩的内容喽。拜拜。
Bye-bye. Yeah, it's over here.